So what made me become an investor? I've always admired people creating things out of nothingness and kind of carving their own pathways forward. And so technically, I always admire entrepreneurs. And being an angel investor for me was a vicarious way to join them in that journey and contribute, or rather, just kind of go that mile where you believe in them and you give them the confidence that they're not total loners. And I looked at it as a way also to remain plugged into the cutting edge stuff of where people were the frontier of the new discoveries. And at that time I was in a corporate role, and I had a good structural understanding of certain industries and good mature networks, and those innovation ideas would have fitted really nicely in that fertile space of validations and just ways in which you can see them evolving in time, and then giving the entrepreneurs maybe sometimes a little bit of reality sense of how it plays out for certain customers and so on. So, but overall, it was that adrenaline rush and creating something on a blank piece of paper with only a dream and seeing how that takes shape. That was highly inspiring to me, and also just kind of figuring out the personality traits that made a difference when the going got hard. And it was just a very fascinating. It remains a very fascinating journey to come along in. What makes an angel investor effective? I think it is just a constant balance of guidance and getting out of the way. Do you want to have? I found it for myself that that is just reading the tea leaves a bit, and when to trust that it will work out, and when to intervene and to not nagging, because no one wants to. Ultimately, the entrepreneurs are the ones that are 24/7 at it, and is their life mission and their life project. But being a good bouncing board in a way in which you've given them space to consider all the options, and you're just there for them to kind of play 2 or 4 or 6 chess moves ahead and understand what could happen and then at the same time a lot of ventures will have an opportunistic streak, and then encouraging them that the timing is right, and knowing how. So there's a lot of intuition, but definitely experience comes in handy in knowing how to be effective. But ultimately, it's a people business, so it's having gotten into deals where you have a basic chemistry with the founder in a way in which you can read them and you can understand when they need you and when you need to get out the way, and when you can leverage the networks you have before they ask you to do so. So. It's that kind of it's just people game. So I've been investing, talking about earlier stage deals now. So I've been investing for about 10 years now, and my vision on what to expect from early stage deals has definitely changed over time. At the beginning I was probably expecting a lot too much structure from them, and a lot of other investors were expecting that, and the entrepreneurs were forced to offer structure before it was there. And now I probably expect them to be ill-formed. Like it would put me off if I'd see an early stage deal that had all the dots, all the I's dotted and the T's crossed, and because it's just not happening. But what I look for in where I would only trust my gut feeling on it is this person or is this team behind the idea healthily obsessed with it? Are they really gonna be? Is it coming from a place of true purpose and belief building? It's not just an exercise or a spreadsheet. Kind of metrics checking. So checking their motivations and checking not so much the background and whether they have what it takes to roll it out, but more that healthy obsession where they they see it as their life's mission for the time being. So yeah, so probably ill-formed but healthily obsessed to get somewhere. I mean, I absolutely believe that checking unconscious biases and aiming for an inclusive point of view and in rejecting that shortcut of relatedness as a lazy option most times, where we all have it. When it gets busy, it's very easy to just think of the people that you've worked with before or that you've known from other circles and just kind of go that quick way of checking in with them rather than checking in with people who or recruiting people who are significantly different from how you are, but then taking the time to understand where their strengths lay and how their thinking would strengthen yours. I think fundamentally, for me at least, the pool needs to be the subject matter itself, and as long as everyone around the table is concentrated on the company or on the reason we are all there, and that's what drives us there, then checking unconscious biases is a way to ensure inclusion. Rather than being at the table, forgetting why you're there, and then constantly looking around the table to make sure that there's the right quotas and the right color schemes and the right skirts.